only about accumulating power for herself. As a congresswoman in New York, she supported gun rights and fiscal discipline. She said she wanted a secure southern border. Then, almost immediately after being handed Hillary Clinton's Senate seat, Gillibrand dreamed of more. So she lurched far to the left on virtually every issue. But it wasn't just that. Because she cared only about power, Gillibrand was happy to be friends with Bill Clinton and Harvey Weinstein when they were useful to her, no matter what she may have known about them, no matter what everyone else knew about them. But then later, when it was politically expedient, she denounced them. But only once she was certain they wouldn't be useful anymore. But she didn't stop there. She also, remember, led the effort to push Al Franken out of the United States Senate, though there was no proof he'd done anything wrong. Far be it for us to defend Al Franken, but it was that unfair. But that's Kirsten Gillibrand in a nutshell. A pampered hypocrite with no scruples, happy to lecture you about your failings and your privilege. Watch this.
The first thing that I'm going to do when I'm president is I'm going to Clorox the Oval Office.
We need to pass a Green New Deal. This should be our nation's moonshot.
If you don't take global climate change seriously, you don't care about the world and the country. You don't care about people.
As president of the United States, I wouldn't use the detention system at all. We would be delighted to take refugee families into cities like Buffalo and Syracuse and Rochester.
So if your son is 15 years old and smokes pot, he smokes pot just as much as the black boy in his neighborhood and the Latino boy in his neighborhood. But that black and brown boy is 4 times more likely to be arrested. That's institutional racism. Your son will likely not have to deal with that because he is white.
Self-righteous, dumb. Yeah, that's par for the course here in Washington. But the last clip shows why Gillibrand stands apart. That was Gillibrand, United States Senator, lecturing a mother in Youngstown, Ohio. Ever been to Youngstown, Ohio? Been to the Mahoning Valley? Gillibrand was telling her how no matter how much Washington abandons her and her entire region to unemployment and drug addiction and suicide and diabetes, actually, that woman should be ashamed of her white privilege. That's Kirsten Gillibrand in one clip. Really the worst candidate ever. Good riddance, Kirsten Gillibrand. Seth Barron is associate editor at City Journal, and he joins us tonight. Seth, you hate to pile on. It takes courage to run for office. I generally sympathize with candidates when they get out because it's painful, it stings, it's humiliating. But in the case of Kirsten Gillibrand, it can't come a moment too soon. I can't think of someone more false, nastier, crueler, more self-centered, dumber. Can you?
Well, yeah. I mean, Mayor de Blasio is kind of a close second, at least.
That's true.
Kirsten Gillibrand has run she's a complete hypocrite, as you said. She was a blue dog Democrat. She got high ratings from the NRA. And then when she became senator, she said that she was embarrassed of her 98% white home district, all these benighted fools, and she was glad to embrace the woke philosophy of the new left. But remember, she was her senatorial seat was essentially orchestrated by her close ally, former Republican Senator Al D'Amato. So she's very much just an opportunist. If you'll recall, she made a big deal out of going on and dropping F-bombs about Trump every 10 minutes. Yeah, she's pretty egregious, I would say.
But I guess what bothers me is not, and I just want to put a finer point on it, because Washington's full of phony people. I mean, it's